I know you've heard on multiple occasions that you can eat whatever you want on your calorie deficit and still lose fat. So I have gathered a couple of food supplies that I have in my apartment to better break down this message that you've seen online with regards to your calories and eating whatever you want and losing fat. The goal of this video is to take this packet of peanut M&Ms and explain how many calories are in this by comparing those calories in the peanut M&Ms to your calories in your nutrient-dense foods. So by the end of this video, you'll have a much better understanding of calories in calorie-dense foods and calories in nutrient-dense foods, and which one you can choose to help you feel fuller for longer and help you adhere to your plan better. Because I ran out of milk this morning, I couldn't make my own oats. So I did what any busy person that has no milk would do. I went to the local food store and I bought pre-made oats. Now, before we get any further into the video, you'll see that this bowl of oats from Kauai contains 457 calories, which is about normal for a bowl of oats for your morning breakfast if you add a banana to it and you add some milk to it and what. Yo, I'm hungry. I feel like a field mouse chasing a piece of cheese that's been let out of a cage. So let's start comparing. In this bowl of oats that is going to keep me full until lunchtime, 457 calories. In a quarter of this packet, just over 500 calories. Now I want you to think about this. Which one of these is going to keep you fuller for longer? A handful of this, 100 grams of this, or a bowl of this amazing oats? It's so good on this cold winter's morning. Don't worry, I'm not only going to be showing you my breakfast, I'm going to be showing you my lunch and my dinner as well. So that, like I said, by the end of this video, you'll have a much better understanding of nutrient-dense food versus calorie-dense food. Oh, fuck my oats. Oh, I wasted 0.234 calories. No, I didn't. And just so that you can see, I am busy weighing all the ingredients that I will be using. I'm also busy warming up my leftover chicken from last night because that's going to form part of today's lunch. Also, anyone that says their kitchen is spotless whilst they're cooking, they're talking nonsense. I promise though, I do have a plan of action for when it comes to the food. Corn on the cob. I've got a massive gem squash and a massive knife by the seams of things. Cutting a gem squash in half requires more power than doing a deadlift. I can tell you that now. I'm busy prepping veggies to go with my chicken that was left over from last night, but I'm also prepping veggies for dinner. Killing two birds with one stone, yeah. I'm a very busy individual working on a very top secret project. You can use the link in the comments to sign up to the priority list to be the first to know about the information of this top secret project I'm working on. I honestly didn't think this video would be this difficult to execute. You know what is a lot easier? Hitting that like and subscribe button. Go on. Where's my salt? Where's my salt? Oh. It's next to the cup of tea that I made this morning, but I didn't drink because remember, I ran out of milk. The noise that you hear in the background, the steamer. The veggies are going in the steamer. That's the noise that you hear. We are getting somewhere, don't worry. I'm still going to explain everything with regards to the calories. What you'll see over here are chicken bones. No, don't worry, I'm not going to eat them. For the purpose of this video, I actually took the chicken off the chicken bones and then I weighed it to get the exact amount of chicken that I will be having for lunch. It's 180 grams in case you were wondering. Cooking up a storm. My goodness, this is actually very stressful. Usually I just throw everything together, boom, let it go, and then I continue working. Look at the amount of effort I put into this. Look now. This is the point where we get to the conclusion of the video. And what you see in front of me is 3 meals. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We had a bowl of oats for breakfast. And this is what we've got for lunch. We've got chicken, we've got green beans, we've got corn on the cob, we've got a little bit of sweet potato, and we've got half a gem squash. For dinner, we've got that other half of the gem squash because what's the point of making a whole gem squash and only eating half a gem squash? We've got more sweet potato, we've got extra lean ground beef. Obviously, I've bulked this ground beef up with some mushrooms and tomatoes as well as a bit of a packet sauce. Now, if you look at all these meals in front of me, you'll be like, wow, that's a lot of food, Mandy. And it is a lot of food. It is enough to keep you satiated throughout the day. Guess how many calories is within all 3 of these meals? If you guessed the calories in this meal is exactly the same amount as in this packet of peanut M&Ms, guess what? You are correct. All 3 of these meals together come to about 1,500 calories. This 300 gram packet, also just over 1,500 calories. So the question right in the beginning of the video was, can you eat whatever you want in your calorie deficit and lose fat? The answer to that question is yes. As long as you're within a calorie deficit, fat loss will take place. But it's a lot more complex than that. Because if your calorie goal is 1,500 per day and you eat this, you're going to be very, very hungry, which is going to lead to you eating more food, which is going to lead to a lack of adherence when it comes to creating your calorie deficit. Whereas if you put focus on the nutrient density of your food, so the food choices, the quality of the food that you are eating, you can get so much bang for your calorie buck. This is going to keep you full throughout the duration of the day. That's going to help with your adherence to your calorie goals. Boom, that's going to help you create consistency. I mean, honestly now, just look at the difference in volume. This is so much food for exactly the same amount of calories as what those peanut M&Ms are. So yes, it is about being within a calorie deficit, but you always need to ask yourself, how can I adhere to that calorie deficit? And that's by you being fuller for a longer period of time. So living off peanut M&Ms is probably not the best way forward when it does come to your fat loss expedition. But eating volume bulked up meals is a game changer. Now, shame, is this me saying don't ever eat these things? Absolutely not. You can make room for them within your plan. Everything in moderation. And if having a couple of these every single evening also helps with adherence to the plan, then incorporate them in, but in a calorie controlled manner and in a way that doesn't leave you hungrier. And as you will see, I've already incorporated these into my plan because there's no peanut M&Ms left in the packet. I just added some rice in there to give it volume so it didn't fall around whilst I was making the video. Because this video took like 50 million, 60 trillion, 500 hours to make, it is lunchtime. So I'm going to go eat my lunch right now. On that note, I'm going to love and leave you guys like I usually do. Keep smiling, keep laughing, and keep being kind to one another. Oh, flip the state of that kitchen. I don't even want to go back into it. My goodness.